Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for turning into your love reading. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot by Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Romance Angel cards by Doreen Virtue. Okay. Why I call her Dorothy so bad? Can't stand it. First half is for a relationship. Second half is for singles. Alright, we got something fun going on here. Alright, that's fun. Alright, let's see how this happens here. Now, there's kind of a jumble situation on one side and kind of a separated situation on the other. Let's start with your partner. Where they're currently standing, they have the Ace of Swords, and it's kind of blurring into where they're standing to their spiritual path, which is memories. So I feel like they're getting things going, but there's some stability, and there's a history. There's a history for what they're doing. They've done this before. All right, so it's kind of a repeat. All right, so they're doing something now that they've done before. I don't feel like you're the biggest fan of it, but you're holding on. You've got the Seven of Rods. So you're holding on. I feel like with this card for you in this situation, you're just not really happy about it. But you're going on, you're continuing on. But this is something that's come around before. And you're disappointed that it's happening again. This is the second time that I can reference this card coming through as disappointment. I just feel like you're not happy with how it's coming, that this is happening again. You're not happy, but you're continuing on. That being said, I do feel like there's love between you and this person, and I do feel like they show you that love. So it's the situation that they're going through that you don't like. I almost feel like, I don't even think it's them. In the sense of, like, I feel like it's a situation they have to deal with. More than likely it's friends. Could be family, but I feel like it's a friend situation. That they're getting involved again, that you don't like it. But they show you affection, and you have love for them, so that's going well. And they're very connected to their friends, though, and I feel like they want to stay connected with the friend, or I feel like it's a friend, a specific friend. It's either one of two things with this friend. They do things that you feel like are just problems waiting to happen. You feel like they take the wrong type of risks, and you legitimately worry about your partner hanging out with this person because you think this person is trouble. Or there's a little bit of a jealousy factor. It's one of the two. You have to decide how you're viewing this. Like, is this person they're hanging out with trouble, or are they just taking time away from you? Now, whichever way it's going, I have the Moon card on your side. So I feel like I feel like you're getting a little out of sorts with it. I feel like it's really bothering you. But it's becoming more like, it's kind of like the moon glow feel on this one. In the sense that it feels a lot worse than it actually is. I feel like your partner's doing okay. I don't feel like there's a problem. Like, I don't feel like they're in danger. I just don't feel like you like them doing whatever they're doing with this friend. You don't like it. I don't feel like you're really involved with it. And you don't like that. And it's either one of the two things. Either you think this friend is trouble, or there might be a jealousy feeling here. There could be. Now, that being said, I feel like this is all jumbled together here. What's helping, what's hurting, all this other good stuff. So, this is on its own? Okay. So you're feeling like it's just going to happen whether you like it or not. That's the Hanged Man. It's just going to happen either way. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just going to do what it's going to be. What's helping and hurting at the same time is that they're going ahead and they're going to do this. The fact that they're going to go ahead and do this anyway, when it's on its negative side, it's because I feel like they're not really communicating what they're doing. They're not really like going through it. What's helping is I feel like they're still going to hang out with this person. They've decided they're going to do what they're going to do. What helps is though that they're on the level with you about where they're going, what they're doing, what's happening, how they feel about it. Like they need to communicate with you. I realize there's kind of a bump here, but when they talk with you about it, like they need to be on the level about it, and that helps. And I feel like they are. The moon glow seems to be pulling in here with the Three of Swords. You're not happy about this. And if the moon glow kicks in, I feel like this could end up being an argument where they just kind of like tell you how it is and how it's going to be. Like they might be a little bit like, this is how we're going to do it. This is what I'm going to do. I feel like it's coming through strong that way. Like they're saying they're going to do what they want to do, but they have to be on the level. I'm not thinking you're going to be over the board. Well, see, this all happens at once. It kind of stays in this section for you, like it's going to be what it's going to be. There's nothing you can do to change it. But they need to be more on the level. And then, when this happens, I feel like they need to communicate a bit about it. You need a moment to just kind of absorb it and think it over. Because if it's the version where you really are worried that this person's trouble, somehow, like your partner puts forward, like, you know what, I'm not going to do anything stupid, or if it's like, for example, an alcohol related thing, they're like, well, you know what, this is what we're going to be doing, there's not going to be enough time for that, I'm not going to, like, they're helping you realize that that's not going to be a worry, or they're telling you how they're going to handle it, and you have some type of reference to realize that's going to be fine. Just to be fair, if it is a jealousy thing, because I have the moon glow here going on, if it is that type of thing, they're referencing other things they're going to be doing with you. Like I feel like they're coming through a little strong though. I do feel like they're coming through a little strong, and it kind of takes you back a bit, and you have to like step back and just kind of process it on your own for a little while. But I do get the Nine of Rods with the Queen of Cups. Because I feel like the love is there. It's definitely there. But when they're on the level about it and they really communicate, I feel like there's a bit of an argument about it. But I don't feel like you're shy for an argument. So you want the communication. You want to know what's going on. And when you do know what's going on, I do feel like you need a moment to absorb it, though. I don't feel like this hits right off the bat. I feel like you need a moment to absorb it. Once you've absorbed it, you kind of move forward, and I feel like things are a lot better. Like, this is how the two of you are together. The Nine of Rods, this is like things going... You're both feeling good about the relationship. You're both feeling good about it. I feel like this, for some reason, even though it seems a little rough here for a moment, it seems to go better. Like, I feel like whoever this person is that brings concern to you, for whatever reason, when your partner really communicates honestly and openly about what's going on, what they're doing, why, this and that, however, when that comes forward, and I feel like it could come towards you aggressively, that you wanted that. I don't feel like you have a problem with the aggressive communication, because I don't feel like it's that bad for whatever you term that, but you want to know. And the fact that you now know, you have a moment to think about it, and you're like, well, like the moon glow kind of passes, or like I still don't feel like you're over the moon about it. I really don't. But you have more perspective, you have more information that you can do something with, and you feel better knowing more. I feel like there's a lot of lack of communication leading up to this, which you don't like. is like increasing this moon glow factor. Like you don't know, you're not being told, and you don't like that. And you finally push enough that you get the information flowing at you, and even though it comes back a bit aggressively, you're like, you know what, I just want to know. So whatever, just throw it at me. I want to know. So I don't feel like it really bothers you that much. Like I don't feel like you're over the moon like about somebody coming at you, but the way they're coming at you, you want the information. So I feel like you might even kick in a little lighter fluid, if you will, to the fire just to get more information out. Like whatever it takes to get more information, you want to know, and that's what you're gonna do. But you're fine going forward. Like I feel like it goes forward. You wanted this, whatever the situation is, it is what it is. I feel like this person's around anyway. So just as long as you know what's going on, I feel like that's helpful. At this point, I feel like you're looking at it like, well, it's the best I'm going to get for right now. I'll take it. Okay, so I guess that the point is once you find out, you're going to feel better. I think that's the whole point. I was going to say maybe there's something preemptive to do here, but I'm like, I almost feel like you prefer the argument over a peaceful conversation because you're kind of looking at it, the argument will get more honesty out, even though it's direct and a little bit aggressive, maybe offensive, depending on how it's coming. It's honest, and you're going to know based on how it comes out, how truthful it is, and that's what you want. Okay. So that's for couple. All right. I feel like this is going to work out. I feel like, let me know in the comments below, but I'm feeling like for the Aquarians that this is hitting for, that this isn't such a bad thing. Like being a Pisces, I'm just like, ooh, this looks kind of rough. But from a Aquarian feel, I'm thinking it's not really bothering you that bad. You're not really happy about the situation, but the way the communication comes, you're just like, whatever, as long as it's honest, that's what I want. That's kind of how it feels. All right, we'll wrap this up. Let's get into the singles for Aquarius. All right, single Aquarius. Single Aquarius. Okay. What's going on with single Aquarius? Okay. I don't remember the last time I shuffled those, so that's what they wanted, that's what we did. Okay, so single Aquarians, right now you're standing in a conservative spot. I feel like you're in observation mode. And you're just kind of looking around. When this is hitting, I don't know, you have hope about something, but what is it going on here is my question. I feel like you're holding back. So I'm getting, like, it's an observation mode, but the reason you're observing is because you're holding back. Now, what is going on here? I feel like there's a person around you that's a little bit more aggressive. It's the Queen of Rods, but of course, in the general read, don't get caught up in the gender of the card. I feel like this person's coming towards you with like offers of love, but they don't really match what you want. I feel like you've been in observation mode with this person before, and you're kind of seeing what they're about, and you're just like, you don't want a part of that. So you're kind of holding back. I get the Knight of Swords with the Three of Rods here for you. With this one, I'm really getting like you're tying your hands. You're like, I don't want to be a part of this. I feel like you're tying your hands. Like you're saying, I don't want to get into this. And you're walking away. Like there's somebody you're observing and you're considering, but you're walking away. This is kind of interesting. You're staying with this thought that, like, I don't want a part of this. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like for some reason this person, I feel like they might be a little bit relentless. Now this is interesting for the way this card comes through. You got the Knight of Pentacles, but the express your love, I'm noticing, like, for some reason the way I'm looking at this card, it looks like the guy in red is trying to take the lady's hand off his shoulder. But she's kind of like insistent. And he's just like, I don't think so. I know it says express your love, but that's how it feels for me on this card. I'm feeling like you're just like, I don't want you to do this. I don't want this. But for some reason you can't just be like flat out cold about it. There's some type of tie with this person. I feel like this goes on for a little while. Like this goes on for a little while longer, where you're just kind of like, you're just like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I feel like you're trying to not be mean about it, which is why it keeps kind of maybe lingering on. I feel like this person is kind of insistent. So even if you're kind of direct, they're just like, oh, so-and-so's having a moment. That's okay. And they keep going. I feel like they're doughy-eyed. They got the Fool in their corner here. They're just doughy-eyed. I also have the Six of Cups with them, which means either you have a history with this person or you remind them of somebody or something that they like. They have some type of, like, they have this feeling like you've been in their life for a while, or they might have that feeling like they've known you in other lives, that type of thing. Like, I feel like they're having this nostalgic feel with you, that's for sure. And they don't want to give up. But at some point at the end here, I feel like you have some other, like, I'm noticing the two here especially. There's two ladies here. Somehow, you cut the cord. You have the Ace of Swords here, you cut this cord with this person. And you're a lot happier. You got the Nine of Cups. I feel like you cut that cord. And I'm getting two for females here. Which could be males, whatever. But I feel like there's some type of support that helps you cut this cord. You cut this person. I really think you're cutting this person loose, especially since after that feeling of nostalgia, I also have one more card for the environment, which is the Six of Swords, which I feel like they realize it's not going to happen. I want to say that you might start dating a couple of other people, and you might make it public to them that this isn't happening, and that you have other ideas about what you want to do. And once they realize you're seeing other people, they finally move on. And that might be what finally cuts that cord. Because I get like that's what's going right now. And you do want to be in a relationship, or you want to find someone. This person coming at you though is not what you want, and you've already decided that. I feel like you're trying to be nice and respectful about it, but finally somehow I feel like by seeing other people and making it kind of public, I don't know if it's like a Facebook thing and you like post like being out on a date or something, or if you run into this person when you're out, something. Or maybe you even make sure that they do see you. You know where they're going to be, and you just kind of bring your date there, just, oh, you're here, just so they know. That cuts that cord. I feel like they get the point and they move on. I think that's the whole point of this. Alright. Because I don't feel like any conflict. But when I feel like with these one or two dates you go on with somebody else, don't get caught up in the gender, of course. Like, even if you're like dating males and not females, whatever, whoever you might be. When this other person sees that, they move on. They get it. It's like, they get it. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up here then. Of course, if you'd like a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.